Evening, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earth Watch on Sunday, April 16, 2023 on our planet. Hope you're all well. Just want to do a very, very quick talk about the Cascadia subduction zone tremor events. More educational than anything else. Now, tremors are vibrations when the Pacific plate subducts underneath the North American plate. So if we have the North American plate, this is the Pacific plate, Pacific Ocean, subducts or slides underneath the North American plate. When that happens, you have vibrations. And those vibrations are the tremors. Now, ETS, or episodic tremor slip, or slow slip events, are also called slow earthquakes. Now, these slow slip events release the accumulated energy equivalent to a magnitude 7 earthquake, however, over an extended period of time of weeks. So, again, ETS, episodic tremor and slip, or slow slip events, or slow earthquakes. Now, folks, it's very important to realize that slow slip events have only been researched for the past 30 years. So there's no extensive observational period of time. They've been researched for the Cascadia subduction zone as well as the subduction zone offshore Japan. Now, the Cascadia subduction zone starts from Northern California and runs all the way up to the northern tip of Vancouver Island, and really it consists of 3 plates. The Juan de Fuca plate, the large plate. The northern section is the Explorer plate, and the southern section is the Gorda plate. Now, each one displays different characteristics or time intervals of the slow slip events. However, since 2017, it has not been following a regular pattern anymore. So before, they were predictable. Northern Cascadia, which is Washington, Seattle, Vancouver Island, every 14 months. Southern Cascadia used to be every 22 months. And in the middle, very rare, every couple of years. Now, the only thing we have to go on is changes in how often slow slip events occur may indicate that a fault event is imminent. Now, what I mean by that is the time intervals between slow slip events. So right before a megathrust earthquake, the slow slip event reoccurrence intervals will rapidly decrease. So, for example, Northern Cascadia, it used to be every 14 months. It's been rapidly decreasing the intervals. Okay, that indicates that we are closer to a megathrust event. And no, we don't know how close. When we start seeing the intervals of time between these slow slip events start to shorten, then we know we're close to a major event. So again, the events become more frequent before a megathrust event. Now you can go online and you can find out how often they occur. So they looked at the soil samples over a 10,000 year period, and they estimated every 240 years. The last time was January 26th, the year 1700, so we're slightly overdue. Other research papers suggest every 400 years. So any change in the intervals and the characteristics. Now, in the end of December 2018, on the southern, well, actually, you know what? Entire 2/3 of Vancouver Island was covered in 1,272 tremors in a single day. You know what happened to that information? It was deleted. It was hidden. Again, the tremor events were behaving in a somewhat predictable pattern up until 2017. After that, so when I do my daily posts of the tremor counts, 300 and something, 400 and something, 500 and something, today, who knows, 600 and something. Don't be alarmed by the number of all these little red dots, okay? Those are vibrations at the plate interface between 25 and 45 kilometers deep. You don't feel them. Your animals might. It's the interval between these events and anything else that's happening. Now, this tremor event, by my observation, started April 4 or April 5, but it also was preceded by a series of earthquakes on the Explorer Plate off the north tip of Vancouver Island. However, it was also around the Explorer Seamount, a very large undersea volcano. It was also preceded by the 6.2 earthquake. Now, a couple of years ago, I went through every single tremor event over a 10-year period. Everyone. And I also went through every single earthquake along the Cascadia subduction zone, magnitude 4 and above. And there really was no consistent pattern. Sometimes earthquakes happen before a slow slip event. Sometimes they happen afterwards. The case with this one, again, the 6.2 earthquake, before or just as this slow slip event started up. So don't let anybody else use this event as fear porn. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be prepared. Me personally, I need to see 2 or 3 other things happening. The report of the hot fluid seeping out offshore Oregon, 50 miles offshore. Apparently that was discovered 2015 or something like that. And I'm sure it's not the only event. So the only thing I'm going to add to that is what to be concerned about. Okay, again, vibrations. Okay. Tremors. A slow slip event will start off in the tens, in the hundreds, 300, 400, 500, 600. Could be 1,000 tremors. Then it will gradually ease off. If we get up there, and for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, we don't have any tremors being reported, okay, that plate's gotten stuck, right? The energy is still there. The energy is accumulating. Remember, a slow slip event releases the equivalent energy of a magnitude 7 earthquake. Energy is still there. It just hasn't been released. Eventually, that subducting plate will snap, and then you'll have an earthquake. Fortunately, they've all been offshore so far. So anyway, oh dear, 9 minutes. I wanted to keep this down to 2 minutes. Anyway, see you later. Bye.